Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we're here to announce a couple things. So I want to start off real quick by bringing up some changes you might have noticed on the channel. You might have noticed we have new thumbnails for reactions, specifically for reactions. You may have also noticed this little graphic that comes up that shows like the reaction schedule as well as other things on the channel. I'll let this play out for now. Um, and you notice on this graphic, it also shows Baldur's Gate 3 as part of the Let's Play schedule. And I mentioned during the pop-ups during the redirects that is alternating with Horizon. So I want to kind of touch on these to let you guys know because I did just kind of pop this up on you. And that was part of the point, admittedly. I wanted to see if anyone would react to it, if anyone would notice like the changes. No one has said anything, so I'm just going to address it here. So the new thumbnails and everything like that, graphics wise, are due to me discovering a site called Canva. Canva is a cool site where you can edit together thumbnails, video stuff, everything like that. And there's a free and a premium. I'm using the free account, and I can still do quite a bit with it. The premium just comes with extra stuff you can use and whatnot. But like this entire graphic here, I made with the free account and everything, including using the animations with it. Because you can upload GIFs into it and you could save it as basically a video file with a green screen behind it so that it can pop up like this on the video. I think it's technically called a CTA or something like that for the channel. I saw basically a thing on TikTok about it. There's some like videos on TikTok. It's like, oh, these are websites you should know, and this was like one of those things I found. So I tried it out, and yeah, it works really well, and I can do all kinds of stuff on it. And so that's where these changes with the reaction thumbnails and with these graphics comes from. Now you may notice that when these graphics pop up during the redirect, it's a pre-recorded thing first of all, and you may notice that when I do it, there's a couple things I left out from my normal spiel that I gave every reaction. Normally, in every redirect, I gave this entire big spiel about, like, oh, this is what we have during the week. I would use this image just as an example. I would bring up this and say, like, oh, we have these every day. We have a plethora of awesome series reactions Monday through Friday. And we have these Let's Plays, movie reactions every Saturday and Sunday. I'd give this entire spiel about it. And then I would go into this thing like, oh, go down to the description below, click the link. We redirect everything because of copyright. I'd go into this entire big spiel. But one thing I noticed is that it was taking up a lot of time. I would record maybe 5 minutes, let's say, of the actual pre-thoughts. But then that entire spiel would take up like 6, 7 more minutes after that. Okay, maybe 5 or 6 more minutes, but you get the point. It'd like double or even more than double, depending on how quickly I'm getting through everything, the pre-thoughts section of the redirect video. And I was starting to get like a little annoyed by that because it just felt like it was taking up so much time, and I was worried that it would come across as annoying and repetitive. And I know a lot of YouTubers do stuff like that. I know a lot of YouTubers have their spiels that they say every time, but usually most of theirs are a lot shorter, like a minute long, maybe 2 minutes at most. So my entire thing was just being like way too long and way too detailed. and I felt like I needed to cut it down. So when I discovered this site and saw I could do this thing, I made the quick graphic like this and all. And when I recorded over it, I was trying to go along with it. So like when this pops up, I like talk about the different shows every day, 2 on Friday and everything. When the next part pops up, I talk about the movies and the Let's Plays. And it's like I'm trying to keep in timing with that. So there's a lot of stuff I left out. For example, I left out the entire stuff about one of the Let's Plays, Anno Mutationum in this case, being a a donation reward. My mind blanked really hard there for a second. Sorry about that. But I left out the entire part about it being donation reward because I didn't have time to say that. I also didn't have time to give this entire spiel about like, oh, and if you want to know how to donate for a future PS5 Let's Play, I didn't get a time to go into that entire thing either. So there's a few things that I left out, and I have not been able to find a way to really fit that in. Like maybe I could add like some text on there. Is the only thing I could think of doing. Um, I don't know. Like I can still mention it in the reaction or in the Let's Plays. Like for the donation rewards, like Poppy Playtime coming up tomorrow, and then we're going straight back into Anno Mutation, which is why, by the way, I put Anno Mutation on the graphic there instead of Poppy Playtime because we only have one more Poppy Playtime left until Chapter 2 and whatnot is released onto PS5, I'm sure. But yeah, and I put Baldur's Gate on there. Let's talk about that. So I've talked plenty about how I plan to do a Let's Play of Baldur's Gate 3 once my friend got his physical copy in, and I would be able to play it through him. Basically, he's letting me borrow it because he has it on PC, but he's letting me. But he also got a physical copy, and he's letting me borrow it. It came in, and so I've already begun recording for it last night. But when I put that up, that I technically put that up before I got the copy, and so yeah. Just as a note for that, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be alternating with Horizon. So it's like if you see Horizon on a Wednesday, then Thursday will be Baldur's Gate. Friday Horizon, Saturday Baldur's Gate, and so on and so forth. They'll literally just alternate days. And just like with Horizon, I'm going to do large recording sessions. And so it's going to be about, again, 20 to 40 minutes, same range for each part of Baldur's Gate 3. Same range as with Horizon. About 20 to 40 minutes each part. But I will tell you now that the first part of Baldur's Gate 3 is technically going to be called Part 0, and that's just going to be the character creation stuff. The introduction, options, and character creation stuff is going to be Part 0, technically. But yeah, I wanted to let you guys know on all of this that was happening, just in case anyone started getting like kind of confused about things, just suddenly popping up out of nowhere, basically. Yeah, it's not changing anything with the main schedule or whatnot of the channel. Like I said, even though like this graphic here doesn't show anything for YouTube on Monday reactions, we're still doing YouTube reactions on Monday. That's not changing. Movie reactions are still every Saturday and Sunday. Like the schedule's not changing. It's basically just a graphical update. The only change to the schedule is the addition of Baldur's Gate 3. That's it. Otherwise, there's no changes to anything regarding the schedule. Now, I will say, when we do have schedule changes, I am going to have to re record. I'm going to have to change this, which won't be difficult to do. It'll actually be pretty easy to change the graphic. But I'm also going to have to re record the cutaway for the redirect videos because um, the cutaway currently has the graphic I just showed on it, and I don't. Well, I could maybe bring up that on VLC and just put the graphic over it while like re-recording just my explanation, but I think it would be easier if I just re-recorded the full thing. So it's like every time we get like a new schedule change, like for example, when My Adventures with Superman ends, and I have to put up a new thing for the Friday slot, um, then I'm just gonna I'm gonna change, update the graphic, and then re-record it. Um, so it's gonna be different. It's gonna keep changing as well. And it won't take long to do. I just have to make sure I get the timing right, which can be a little bit of an issue, but I should be able to do it, even if I have to do a couple takes of it. But yeah, if you have any questions, any thoughts about any of this, please feel free to ask. Uh, like I said, this is new. I just kind of discovered this and just started going with getting it done. So, like, I'm still figuring some things out with it and might be able to even better it as time goes on. But yeah, and like I said, the thumbnails for Let's Plays will probably stay the same. I'm not planning on changing them right now, at least. I would have to like find a good format for that. But while that's the case, it's just reaction thumbnails for movies and shows and all that will be changing. YouTube stuff, obviously. Um, and you may notice that the thumbnails don't like have like the logo on them anymore for the shows. And I think that's going to make it just a lot easier too, because all then I have to change is my expression, which is easy. And then I have to change the the show image, the image from the actual episode I'm reacting to, which shouldn't be difficult either. It should be completely doable. It's just an entirely different situation I have to go through to get it done. But it should be just as doable as before. In fact, it might even be quicker than before, technically. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to let you know what was going on. Like I said, if you have any questions, any thoughts, anything you want to add, or just anything you want to comment on, leave it down below. And thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.